So we're in Rose Hill Cemetery, and we're looking for the tomb of the gypsy, grave of the gypsy, queen of the gypsies.
Alright, you want to kind of...
Yeah, we'll do a loop.
It looks like you can drive through it.
Yeah, I think that disrespectful or no? Their adventures. Some cool looking tombs.
1833 to 1895.
Holy smokes. Where was that at? 18, oh, right there.
No, that one. Don't go in there though, that's...
1833, holy.
Pastor of the First Baptist Church of Meridian, Mississippi.
Holy smokes. 1840 right there.
Yeah, to 1920, what?
1924.
Yeah, that's 1833 to 1895.
You're a history buff. When did the United States become a country?
1860, 70, something
So
like
that was before the...
I don't know.
Okay.
Don't, like...
Don't quote her on that. I'm going to Google it, and so I'm going to edit it in to where we sound smart. Oh, like in my head, this is just like a cemetery, like in the Night of the Living Dead, where they're coming to get you, Barbara. And oh, that gave me nightmares. I know that's nerdy. 1897.
And I imagine that these graves aren't like ours, where they're laying like this. I imagine they're...
What do you mean? Oh, because they're so close?
Yeah.
But their water table's lower, where they can actually bury people in the ground. Look at this one, look. We love you so much, we're gonna give you a log.
Well, but there's something on the other side. Don't be in there, Nick. There's something on...
Well, I want to read the backside. Yes. Let's see, look. 1862. The Miss Inf OSA. I don't know what that means.
13th Mississippi Infantry.
Okay. Now whether it's connected to the Confederacy, where we're at, most likely, and the 1800s and stuff. So that's, when was the Civil War?
Fraternal Benefit Society
Woodsmen's of the World.
that operates a large privately held insurance company for its members.
Oh, okay.
It's a non-profit insurance company.
Definitely less.
Died 1899.
1899. So in the back of the cemetery, y'all, there's a bunch of these little mini headstones, and if you look on them, look, known only to God. So what I'm assuming is if they were unnamed John Does.
That no one claimed.
Yeah, so God knows their name. Yeah, no one claims. So they have a spot and a headstone, and
That's very respectful.
yeah. Let's see if this one.
A couple of them have names. Those white ones have names.
Oh, they do. Yeah, well, W.B. Lee. Unknown to God, unknown to God. Known only to God, not unknown. 1871. So I was about to leave a penny, but Michelle just told me it's a Jewish tradition to leave a rock or a penny to let the dead know you've been there. Now here's what we came for.
Now, the offerings here are not to signify that you came and visited. the offerings are bribes for the queen and the king of the gypsies to come in your dreams and solve your problems. Which
I don't have many problems.
I don't want that. Somebody left a mask.
I'm gonna put something down to help my dad with his arm. How about that?
There you go.
What? This is cool. And then about them robbing the...
So they don't even have her actual name. Oh yeah, they do. Okay, so Kelly Mitchell was the queen of the gypsies, and she died in 1915, and actually in Alabama, but she had to be put on ice, so to say, for 12 days to gather all the gypsies to come to her services or whatever. So they put her here because this is the closest area with a morgue that could keep her refrigerated. And then she had like 20,000 gypsies attend her services, and legend or story says that those gypsies threw in $20 gold pieces, like normally we would throw roses or, you know, some stuff into her grave with her. So you can see it's kind of underneath all the stuff, it's kind of busted up because through the 100+ years that she's been here, people have tried to dig her out and get the gold pieces. And then so the king of the gypsies died like 20 years, 30 years later, but he died during one of the wars, so it wasn't a big thing as much for anybody to be there because of the war. So there's no coins or anything with him, so that's why his grave is still intact. But this is the king and the queen of the gypsies. And then apparently this is the sister of the king of the gypsies.
Their whole family.
Yeah. And then I can't read
And
what that one is, but it's another Mitchell.
Yeah. And it's hot as hell, y'all. I'm gonna put a couple more coins. Oh, they got railroad spikes.
I know, I saw that.
So we're making our way towards Stuckys Bridge.
In 600 feet, you will arrive at your destination.
Okay, so this is the Stucky Bridge, and it crosses over the Chunky River. So history says that a man whose last name was Stucky back in like the 1800s, who is assumed to have been part of a specific gang, he had an inn called Stucky's Inn close to this bridge, and back at that time they would use the river to transport goods. So he would come out at night and stand in the middle of the bridge with his lantern. And so this one night he convinced some guys that were in their boat transporting their goods to stop and go to the inn with him with the promises of a hot meal and a place to stay for the night. So he fed them, they went up to their room, and then later he went to the room where he then, story says, whacked them, like hit them over their heads and killed them. And supposedly he buried their bodies close to the bridge. So then when news of the men's disappearance came about, the police department started looking at Stucky and they realized what he did, so they hanged him from the bridge off of one of the pillars, and they left him hanging there for, I think it was like 5 days before they actually cut him down. And then when they cut him down, they just cut him and he's like splashed into the water. So now, present day, the bridge, as you can see, is very deteriorated. It is now closed off to vehicles, but you can still walk across it even though it's pretty sketchy. But a lot of people come out and they say that they can see the lantern glowing on the bridge, or they hear a big splash in the water underneath the bridge as if something heavy like a body would have fallen, and when they look down into the water they can see like a glow or something. So yeah, that's the Stucky bridge.
And there's a geocache here.
There's a geocache.
Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.
See you next time.
Yeah, see you next time. Louisiana, Mississippi.